The entertainment world is buzzing again, and this time, it's not just another rumor. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are reportedly ready to take their relationship to the next level, and what's happening behind the scenes might surprise everyone. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this relationship is the real deal, or just another Hollywood chapter waiting to flip? For months, fans have been watching closely. From subtle appearances together to high-profile events where their chemistry was impossible to ignore, every move they made sparked headlines. But now, insiders are hinting at something much deeper, something far more serious than anyone initially expected. According to reports, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have been spending significantly more time together behind closed doors. And not just in casual settings. We're talking about private gatherings, intimate moments with close friends, and even time spent getting to know each other's inner circles. In Hollywood, that usually signals one thing: this is no longer just a fling. But what makes this story even more compelling is the contrast between them. On one side, Kylie Jenner, global business mogul, beauty empire queen, and a dominant force in social media culture. On the other, Timothée Chalamet, an Oscar-nominated actor known for his artistic choices, low-key lifestyle, and resistance to the traditional celebrity spotlight. Two completely different worlds, somehow colliding. And yet, that contrast might be exactly what's making their bond stronger. Observers have pointed out that their relationship feels unusually grounded compared to typical celebrity romances. There's a sense that this isn't being rushed for publicity or driven by external pressure. Instead, it appears to be evolving naturally, quietly, but with intention. But here's where things take a turn. There are whispers, unconfirmed, but persistent, that the couple has started discussing their future in a much more serious way. Not just next month, not just the next red carpet, but long-term plans. The kind of conversations that could change everything. Could this mean an engagement is on the horizon? Or are they simply testing the waters before making a life-altering decision? At this point, nothing has been officially confirmed. But the fact that these discussions are even happening has already sent fans into a frenzy. And not everyone is convinced. While many supporters see them as a refreshing and unexpected match, others remain skeptical. Critics question whether their drastically different lifestyles can truly align over time. The pressure of fame, the constant media attention, and the expectations surrounding both of them could easily become overwhelming. And this is where the tension builds. Because history has shown us that even the strongest celebrity couples can struggle under that kind of spotlight. But somehow, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet seem to be navigating it differently. Quick cuts, flashbulbs from red carpets, candid moments caught by paparazzi, fan reactions flooding social media. The pace shifts. The energy rises. Is this a love story that will defy expectations? Or are we witnessing the calm before an unexpected twist? One thing is certain: every step they take from here will be watched, analyzed, and debated across the globe. And if these reports turn out to be true, we might be looking at the beginning of something much bigger than anyone anticipated. So now it comes down to you: do you believe they're really heading toward the next level, or is this just another moment in the ever-changing world of Hollywood relationships? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for the latest celebrity news, because this story is far from over. And just when it seemed like the story had already reached its peak, a new layer begins to unfold, one that could completely redefine how the public sees Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet as a couple. Because behind the polished appearances and carefully curated public moments, there's a growing narrative that something much more intentional is taking place. This isn't just about two celebrities dating anymore. This is about two powerful personal brands potentially aligning for the long run. Sources close to the situation suggest that Kylie has been making subtle but noticeable adjustments in her lifestyle, changes that, while not obvious at first glance, point toward a deeper level of commitment. She's reportedly been prioritizing more private time, stepping slightly away from the constant spotlight, and focusing more on meaningful, low-key interactions. At the same time, Timothee has also been shifting in his own way. Known for keeping his personal life tightly guarded, he's been seen more frequently in spaces that overlap with Kylie's world, high-profile gatherings, exclusive events, and environments that he once seemed to avoid. For many observers, this mutual adaptation signals something powerful: compromise. And in relationships like this, compromise is everything. But here's where things get even more interesting. There are growing whispers that both of them are carefully evaluating what a shared future would actually look like, not just emotionally, but practically. Their careers are massive, their schedules unpredictable, and their public images vastly different. Aligning all of that requires more than just chemistry, it requires strategy. And according to insiders, those conversations are already happening. Imagine this for a second. Two individuals at the top of their respective industries, sitting down and mapping out how their lives could merge without losing their identities. It's not just romantic, it's calculated, thoughtful, and potentially groundbreaking in the world of celebrity relationships. But with that level of seriousness comes an equally intense level of pressure. Because the moment a relationship like this moves into next-level territory, everything changes. Expectations rise. Scrutiny intensifies. And suddenly, every decision carries weight far beyond the personal. Visual shift, slow zoom into their most talked about public appearance. The crowd noise fades, replaced by a subtle, rising tension in the music. This is the point where most Hollywood relationships begin to crack. But so far, that hasn't happened here. Instead, what we're seeing is something that feels steady, controlled, almost deliberate. And that's exactly why it's making headlines. Because in an industry built on chaos and unpredictability, stability becomes the most unexpected twist of all. Still, not everyone is convinced this story will have a fairy tale ending. Some insiders caution that while things may look solid now, the real test hasn't come yet. The real test comes when their individual worlds demand more of them, when filming schedules clash with business launches, when public expectations collide with private needs. That's when the true strength of a relationship is revealed. And the question remains, are they ready for that? Midway through this unfolding story, there's one detail that continues to stand out above everything else. Timing. Both Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are at pivotal moments in their lives. Kylie continues to expand her empire, exploring new ventures and redefining her influence beyond social media. Meanwhile, Timothée is reaching new heights in his acting career, taking on roles that push boundaries and elevate his status in Hollywood. Individually, they are evolving. Together, they could become something entirely different. And that possibility is exactly what's capturing the public's imagination. Quick cut, social media reactions flashing across the screen. Comments, debates, theories. Supporters. Skeptics. Everyone has an opinion. Because this isn't just a celebrity relationship anymore, it's a cultural moment. And cultural moments don't just fade away quietly. They build. They escalate. And eventually, they reach a breaking point. So what happens next? Some reports hint that the couple may soon make a more definitive public statement, not necessarily with words, but with actions. A joint appearance that feels more intentional. A moment that sends a clear message without saying anything at all. In Hollywood, those moments matter. They shape narratives. They shift perceptions. They confirm what rumors can only suggest. And if that moment is coming, it could change everything. But until then, all we have are the signs. The subtle shifts. The quiet confirmations. The growing sense that something bigger is just around the corner. The music slows. The visuals soften. A brief pause, just enough to let the weight of everything sink in. Because here's the truth. Whether this relationship reaches the next level or not, it's already done something rare. It's made people believe, question, and watch, all at the same time. And in today's fast-moving media landscape, that kind of attention is powerful. So now, as the story continues to unfold, the world waits. Watching. Analyzing. Speculating. Waiting for that one moment that will either confirm everything, or change the narrative completely. And when that moment comes, you can be sure of one thing. Everyone will be paying attention. So stay tuned, stay curious, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below, because this story isn't slowing down anytime soon. And just when the momentum feels like it might settle, another subtle shift begins to surface, one that's harder to spot, but impossible to ignore once you see it. Because now, the conversation around Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet isn't just being driven by sightings or insider reports, it's being shaped by patterns. Patterns in how they appear. Patterns in when they show up. And more importantly, when they don't. There's been a noticeable change in how often they're seen together publicly. Fewer spontaneous paparazzi moments. Fewer casual leaks. And in a world where visibility is currency, that kind of absence can mean only one thing: control. Control over the narrative. Control over the timing. Control over what comes next. And that level of control doesn't just happen randomly, it's usually the result of a deliberate decision. Some analysts believe this could be a sign that the couple is preparing for a major transition. Not something chaotic or impulsive, but something measured. Strategic. Almost like they're building toward a moment that has to land perfectly. Because when you operate at their level, timing isn't just important, it's everything. Think about it. Every public appearance, every interaction, every detail gets dissected by millions. So if there's going to be a defining moment in their relationship, it can't just happen, it has to be orchestrated. And that brings us to the question that's quietly gaining traction behind the scenes. What exactly are they preparing for? A deeper commitment? A life integration? Or something even bigger that hasn't yet entered the public conversation? Here's where the tension tightens. Because while fans are busy analyzing past moments, insiders are starting to look forward, and what they're hinting at feels different this time. There's talk of alignment not just emotionally, but logistically. Where they spend their time. How they manage distance. How their inner circles interact. These are not surface-level considerations. These are the kinds of discussions that happen when a relationship moves from present-focused to future-focused. And once that shift happens, there's no going back. Visual shift, faster cuts now. Headlines flashing. Speculation rising. The pace builds again. At the same time, there's another layer forming beneath all of this, one that hasn't been fully explored yet. Public expectation. Because whether they intended it or not, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have become more than just a couple in the eyes of the audience. They've become a symbol. A symbol of contrast. A symbol of unpredictability. A symbol of two completely different worlds finding common ground. And symbols come with pressure. The pressure to succeed. The pressure to last. The pressure to prove that what people are watching actually means something. But here's the twist, sometimes that pressure doesn't break a relationship. Sometimes, it refines it. And if that's what's happening here, then everything we've seen so far might just be the foundation. Because there are quiet indications that both Kylie and Timothee are becoming more aligned in ways that go beyond the surface. Their schedules, while still demanding, appear to be coordinated more carefully. Their public movements, though limited, feel more intentional. Even their silence feels synchronized. And that's not something you can fake for long. Midway pause, music dips. A moment to breathe. Because right now, We're in that rare phase of a story where everything is still uncertain, but the direction is starting to take shape. And this is where things can go either way. On one side, this could evolve into one of the most unexpected yet enduring relationships in modern celebrity culture. A pairing that defies assumptions and rewrites expectations. On the other, it could reach a point where the differences become too significant to bridge. Two outcomes. Both possible. Both equally compelling. And no clear answer, yet. But then, another detail emerges. There are subtle hints that those closest to them are becoming more involved. Not in a public way, but in a supportive, behind-the-scenes role. And in high-profile relationships, that kind of involvement often signals something important. Because when inner circles start to connect, it usually means the relationship itself is being taken more seriously. It's no longer just about two individuals. It becomes about integration. About blending lives, not just sharing moments. And that's a completely different level. The visuals tighten again, zoom in on expressions, body language, the small details people usually miss. Because sometimes, it's not what's said that tells the story. It's what isn't. The pauses. The glances. The timing. All of it starts to form a picture that words alone can't fully explain. And that picture is still being drawn. So where does that leave us now? Right at the edge of something. Something that hasn't fully revealed itself yet, but is clearly building toward a moment of clarity. A moment where speculation turns into confirmation. Or where expectations are suddenly flipped in a way no one saw coming. Either way, that moment is getting closer. And when it arrives, it won't just be another update. It will be the moment that defines everything that came before it. So the question is no longer whether Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are moving toward the next level. The question is, what does that next level actually look like? And are we ready to see it unfold? Stay right here, keep watching, and make sure you don't miss what happens next, because this story is still evolving, and the biggest reveal might be just one moment away. And just when it feels like we've reached the edge of what can be speculated, something even more intriguing begins to take shape, something quieter, deeper, and far more telling than any headline or viral clip. Because now, the focus shifts away from what the world sees, and toward what they're choosing not to show. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have entered a phase that relationship experts often describe as the consolidation stage. It's the point where everything becomes less about proving something to the outside world, and more about building something real behind closed doors. And that changes everything. Because when a relationship reaches this level, the signals become harder to read, but far more meaningful. There are fewer grand gestures. Fewer headline-making appearances. Instead, what we're seeing are subtle, almost invisible shifts. Choices that don't scream for attention, but quietly reshape the dynamic from within. Insiders are beginning to suggest that both Kylie and Timothée are becoming more protective of what they have. Not in a defensive way, but in a deliberate one. As if they understand that the more serious things become, the less they can afford to let the outside noise dictate their pace. And that kind of awareness doesn't happen overnight. It's built through experience. Through past relationships. Through understanding what works, and what doesn't, under the intense pressure of global attention. Visual transition, slower now. Softer lighting. A more intimate tone. Because this is where the story stops being loud, and starts becoming real. There's also a growing belief among those close to them that both are asking themselves bigger questions. Not just do we work, but where is this going? And even more importantly, what are we willing to change to make it last? Those are not easy questions. And they don't come with easy answers. But the fact that they're being asked at all suggests that this relationship has already moved beyond the surface. Now here's where the narrative takes another unexpected turn. While much of the public conversation has focused on whether they will take a next step, very few are asking what that step might actually require. Because moving forward at this level isn't just about emotion, it's about alignment. Lifestyle alignment, career alignment, future alignment, and perhaps most challenging of all, identity alignment. Both Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have spent years building who they are, individually. Their brands, their reputations, their personal narratives. Bringing those together without losing what makes each of them unique is a delicate balance. And not every couple can manage it. But here's the detail that keeps pulling attention back to this story. There's no sign of urgency. No rushed decisions. No sudden, dramatic declarations. Instead, everything feels paced, measured, intentional. And in a world where celebrity relationships often move too fast and burn out even faster, that restraint stands out. It suggests confidence. It suggests clarity. And perhaps most importantly, it suggests that whatever is happening between them is being built to last, not just to be seen. Quick shift, tempo rises again. The outside world comes rushing back in. Because while all of this is happening behind the scenes, the public narrative continues to evolve in real time. Fans are analyzing every past appearance, looking for clues they might have missed. Old interviews are being revisited. Body language experts are weighing in. Social media is filled with theories, some grounded, some wildly speculative. And yet, none of those voices truly know what's happening at the core. That's the paradox of it all. The more people try to define the relationship from the outside, the more it seems to exist on its own terms. And that's rare. Very rare. Because most high-profile relationships are shaped by public perception. This one seems to be resisting it. Midpoint tension, hold the silence for a beat. Because this is where everything starts to converge. The private decisions. The public expectations. The internal questions. The external pressure. All of it building towards something that hasn't fully revealed itself yet, but is clearly approaching. And when that moment comes, it won't just answer questions. It will create new ones. Will they choose to step further into the spotlight together, or pull back even more to protect what they've built? Will they redefine what a modern celebrity relationship looks like, or follow a path we've seen before? Or, and this is the possibility that keeps people watching, will they surprise everyone with a move that no one predicted? Because if there's one thing this story has proven so far, it's that unpredictability is its strongest element. Nothing about Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet fits into a simple narrative. Not their backgrounds. Not their personalities. Not even the way their relationship has unfolded. And maybe that's exactly why it continues to hold attention the way it does. Because in a landscape filled with predictable headlines and repetitive storylines, this feels different. It feels unscripted. And yet, carefully handled at the same time. Final build, music intensifies, visuals sharpen, anticipation rises. Because now, we're no longer just watching a relationship develop. We're watching a decision take shape. A decision that will determine whether everything we've seen so far is just the beginning, or the peak of something that was never meant to go further. And the truth is, we're closer to that answer than ever before. So as the speculation continues and the story moves forward, one thing remains certain. All eyes are still on Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. Waiting. Watching. And wondering what the next move will be. Because when it finally happens, it won't just be another headline. It will be the moment that defines everything. And just when it feels like every possible angle has been explored, the story shifts again, this time in a way that feels almost invisible at first, but carries the heaviest implications yet. Because now, the attention is no longer just on what Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are doing, but on how consistently they're doing it. Consistency. It's subtle, easy to overlook. But in relationships like this, it's everything. The way they move, the way they appear, the way they maintain a certain rhythm despite the chaos around them, it's starting to form a pattern that's hard to ignore. Not explosive, not dramatic, but steady. And steady can be powerful. Because in a world that thrives on sudden breakups and shocking headlines, consistency becomes the quiet signal of something real. But here's where the narrative tightens once again. Some insiders are beginning to point out that this consistency might not just be emotional, it could be strategic. That behind the calm, there's a level of planning that hasn't yet been fully understood by the public. Planning that goes beyond dates and appearances. Planning that touches on lifestyle decisions, long-term positioning, even legacy. Now pause for a moment. Because when words like that start entering the conversation, we're no longer talking about a casual relationship. We're talking about something that's being considered with depth, and possibly, permanence. Visual shift, slight zoom, heartbeat-like rhythm builds in the background. And yet, despite all of this, there's still no official confirmation. No grand announcement. No defining statement that locks the narrative into place. Which raises an even more compelling question. Why? Why maintain this level of silence if things are truly progressing? One theory suggests that the silence itself is part of the process. That by keeping things private, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are allowing their relationship to develop without external interference. No pressure to perform. No expectations to meet. Just space to grow. And that kind of space is rare, especially at their level. Another theory, however, paints a slightly different picture. That the silence isn't just about protection, but preparation. Preparation for a moment that needs to be handled carefully. A moment that, once revealed, could shift public perception in a major way. Because when two individuals with such influence take a step forward together, it doesn't just affect them, it ripples outward. Fans react. Media amplifies. Narratives evolve. And suddenly, what was once private becomes part of a much larger story. That's the weight of what they're potentially navigating right now. And it's not something that can be rushed. Mid-sequence pause, everything slows down, almost to stillness. Because this is the part of the story where anticipation becomes the driving force. We're no longer reacting to what has happened. We're waiting for what will happen. And that waiting is where the tension lives. There's also a growing sense that both Kylie and Timothee are becoming more aligned not just in presence, but in perspective. Subtle shifts in how they engage with the public, how they manage their time, even how they prioritize certain aspects of their lives, it all points toward a deeper synchronization. And synchronization doesn't just happen by chance. It's built. Moment by moment. Decision by decision. Until eventually, it becomes second nature. But even with all these signs, nothing is guaranteed. Because no matter how strong something appears from the outside, the real test always happens behind closed doors, away from cameras, away from speculation, away from everything that tries to define it. And that's the part of the story we don't see. The conversations. The disagreements. The decisions that don't make headlines but shape everything. That's where the truth lives. Quick cut, energy spikes again, visuals flash back to public moments, reactions, headlines. Because while all of this is unfolding privately, the world outside continues to watch, analyze, and anticipate. Every small clue becomes a big discussion. Every appearance becomes a statement. Every absence becomes a question. And in that environment, even silence speaks volumes. So what does their silence say now? Does it signal confidence? Certainty? Or simply a desire to protect something that's still taking shape? The answer isn't clear, but the direction feels intentional. And intention changes everything. Because when something is intentional, it's not just happening. It's being chosen. And if this relationship is being chosen, again and again, behind the scenes, then it might be stronger than anyone realizes. Final build, music intensifies once more, faster cuts, rising tension. Because now we're approaching something critical. A point where speculation can no longer carry the story forward. A point where something has to happen. A reveal. A shift. A moment that takes everything from uncertainty to clarity. And when that moment arrives, it won't just answer the questions we've been asking. It will redefine the entire narrative. So as the world continues to watch Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, one thing becomes increasingly clear. This isn't just a passing headline. It's an unfolding story. One that's moving carefully, quietly, but undeniably forward. And when the next chapter finally reveals itself, it won't just be seen. It will be felt.